Hi, my name is Rudy Cervantes. I'm the founder of Heavenly Trumpet Ministries, and I come from a Christian family. My father was a pastor for many years. He had a wonderful support of my mother, and my grandparents were pastors, and I had several uncles that were in the ministry also. We were a very musical family. My father came home one day with a saxophone, and he began to give my brothers and sisters each our own instrument. I have a sister who plays a flute, a brother who plays a trombone, another sister who plays a clarinet, another brother who plays a tenor sax, and my dad gave me the trumpet, and I played the percussion, and my mom played the piano. And so, as you could see, music was very, you could hear music all the time in our home, and it was just a big part of our family. So music was a big part of my life. But one day I came home as a rebellious teenager, and I told my mother and my father that I really didn't want to do this anymore. In fact, I wanted to start to live my own life. And so I gave them my trumpet, and I told them that I didn't want to play it anymore and that I actually didn't want to live here anymore. And so I moved out to the West Coast, lived my life in California, away from God and away from my family. But one day I realized that I needed more in my life. And I went to a small church one day. I heard a wonderful message. It reminded me of my father, his messages that he shared to the community and to the family. And I realized that I needed God in my life, and I needed to make a change. went to the altar, and for the first time in my life, I asked God to come into my heart. And He came and gave me the greatest joy that I would ever need to know. The first people that I went to share about this was my mother and my father. And I can't tell you how excited they were. They immediately began to praise God. They went to my closet, they found my old trumpet, and they mailed it out to me. So after I got my trumpet, I began to practice and practice. I began to learn new songs. And I decided that there's something that I must do with this trumpet, and that would be to travel to churches and to proclaim the gospel and to encourage those that have been discouraged like I was. And the Lord brought people into my life. My mom and dad and my family became a wonderful encouragement for me. And I began to travel around the nation. In 1994, I went to a Christian Bible college where I spent 4 years to learn more about my calling. And I was able to study the trumpet with an individual named David Zerker, and also in Reno, Nevada with a man named Mark Lord, who helped me to continue in my studies of the trumpet. And spent 4 years at the Bible college, graduated in 1998, and I began to travel throughout the United States doing church concerts and being a special guest artist in churches and different styles of worship. One of the joys that I love to share about my music is the way I interpret it through the different styles of worship, through contemporary, through the smooth jazz gospel, through the Latin, and also using my EVI, electronic valve instrument, that gives me the sounds of the pan flute. I hope that you've enjoyed the different samples of the music that you've listened to. I would love an opportunity to come and to be with your church to worship. When you have me come, you won't just hear me play the trumpet, but I would also include your worship team. If you have individuals that play an instrument, I would send them the music ahead of time, give them an opportunity to come up on stage with me for the first time, like somebody gave to me years ago, and to experience the passion of sharing their talents with the Lord, and to be encouraged by your congregation to encourage them throughout the years to come. So Thank you very much for your time. May the Lord bless you.